Well, good morning to you, Kentuckiana. Welcome into the 8 o'clock hour of GMK right here on WHAS11 Plus. I'm Jim Stratman, joined today by meteorologist Austin Evans. Austin, we're taking a look at a very wet start to that commute for people out there today.
Yes, and we've been really hammering home that you got to take it easy when traveling. There haven't been a whole lot of issues thus far with traffic. We'll discuss it in a moment, but again, it's a wet one out there. Pretty nasty start to your Tuesday with widespread rain that's been a kind of a constant plague throughout the entire morning. Again, roads are wet, so take it easy when traveling, and that's one of the three things you need to know this morning, tracking those morning showers. Now, tomorrow, Thursday as well, Thanksgiving, going to be quite a bit cooler, quite a bit windier with falling temperatures expected throughout tomorrow afternoon. Again, Thanksgiving looking sunny but looking cool. We will struggle to see the 40-degree mark come Thanksgiving. Now, here's a 24-hour temperature change. We're much warmer today than we were yesterday morning. Here's a live look in downtown overlooking the Ohio River, and you can see the roadways, how wet they are, the lights shining off the roadways. Temperatures right now in the metro area in the mid-50s. Zooming out, though, a few places have not left the 60s, looking at the southern zones of Kentuckiana at this time. Here's the hourly planner. Now, the rain chances won't go away completely this afternoon, but we are looking at spotty chances for showers throughout the afternoon as temperatures rise into the lower 60s for highs pretty early by about 1 o'clock it looks like, and there is going to be a slight breeze, but tomorrow will be windier. A 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes. Let's talk traffic now, and we'll dive into the traffic tracker starting there, where there are some slower spots, especially on I-65 entering the downtown Louisville area. That is to be expected, but no major issues on the roadways right now. Here's our 4-box Trimark camera. You can see I-71 at 265 is quite slow on the left side of the screen there. There appears to be a car slid off the roadway on I-65 at 265. That is the bottom right panel of the Trimark 4-box camera. Hopefully everyone is okay there. Here's morning drive times, and they are kind of increasing, but everything's still relatively moving smoothly out there despite the wet roadways. Let's keep it that way. Take it easy. Give yourself plenty of time to come to a stop.
Thank you very much, Austin. Well, today is a big holiday travel day. It is really the kickoff, especially for you air traffic people. We're taking a live look outside right now at the Allegiant check-in out at Muhammad Ali International Airport. A little bit of a line this morning. We saw quite a bit longer of a line earlier today from our photojournalist Hayden Sorgenfry, who is out there right now. We know that dozens of flights will be going in and out of Muhammad Ali International today as many travelers take to the skies before the Thanksgiving holiday. We'll have more on that coming up here in just a little bit. But first, we turn to our top story this morning. Whooping cough has taken the life of a third Kentucky child in 2025, this time an infant. We learned about the death just before we came on the air last night at 5, and this morning, doctors say more kids are getting sick. The Kentucky Department for Public Health says they're seeing more cases of whooping cough coinciding with lower immunization rates. A 2024-25 survey of Kentucky school immunizations showed only 86% of kindergartners and 85% of 7th graders were up to date on their whooping cough vaccines. The 3 deaths this year are the first deaths of whooping cough in Kentucky since 2018. Doctors also raising the alarm about a new flu variant that could make its way to the United States this year. Norton Healthcare is urging caution and giving advice to keep your family healthy. The new variant, called subclade K, is currently active over in places like Japan and the UK. Experts say it could lead to an increase in flu cases here in the U.S. this winter. Dr. Thomas Cunningham with Norton Healthcare talked to WHAS about when it's time to go see an immediate care center or even go to the emergency room for your flu-like symptoms.
Most flu symptoms are manageable at home. Taking things like Tylenol, ibuprofen, symptomatic management are okay. Once those symptoms become a little bit more severe, ICC is the next step.
He also says that if you experience symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, or trouble keeping down medication, then you should also go ahead and straight to an ER. Cunningham says the best way to protect yourself from catching any type of flu variant is to make sure that you and your family members are up to date on your flu shots. To get yours, you can go to nortonhealthcare.com/flu shots or just stop by your local pharmacy. A weekend of pushback brought the wheels of a change to a grinding halt for JCPS. Less than 24 hours ago, the district dropped a late Friday proposal to change school start times. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg talks to board members who say the idea caught many off guard.
Taylor Uselis and her 2 Bloom Elementary students were dreading a proposed 7:10 a.m. start time next school year. They worried about it for a weekend.
And I'm just so relieved because, again, I can't even explain the magnitude of frustration that was happening beforehand.
Monday afternoon, JCPS Superintendent Brian Yearwood changed his tune, withdrawing the proposal revealed first on Friday that school start times would be moved up by 20 minutes.
I've probably received 150 emails from parents since the announcement, and 98% of them were expressing deep concern for a 7:10 start time. And I think it's cool the district is listening.
JCPS board member Taylor Everett says Yearwood has alluded to the proposal, but the board found out along with the public Friday evening.
The reason this was pulled is because so many people reached out and had really, really good stories and data to prove why it wasn't the best idea.
Everett says the 9:40 a.m. start time for some schools needs to change, but not to the detriment of students who start in the 7 o'clock hour.
This was just one step too far. And, I think we need to give the current schedule a little time to breathe before we jump to something else.
Yearwood said the withdrawal came after conversations with families, staff, and stakeholders. He says, quote, while the intent was to strengthen student learning conditions and improve operational efficiency, it is clear that more analysis and deeper engagement are necessary before moving forward. But for now, families across the district will be able to keep their alarm clocks set the way they are. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11, on your side.
Dr. Yearwood says the district will look into other options to, quote, support strong instructional outcomes and protect a healthy work-life balance for school-based employees. He also adds that they will include more opportunities for community feedback. Now, within the last 24 hours, the woman police say admitted to shooting and killing a man in the Russell neighborhood told a judge she's innocent. In her first court appearance, 25-year-old Maria Swan pleaded not guilty to murder domestic violence. Police say that she shot and killed 27-year-old Isaiah Washington inside his home off of Cedar Street Friday night. According to court documents, Swan admitted to the shooting. She's being held on a $250,000 bond due back in court on December 4th. And right now, the Nelson County Sheriff's deputies are looking for what they're calling a community Grinch. Doorbell footage captured these pictures of a person deputies believe committed a holiday heist, stealing 2 small Christmas trees, Santa's sled, and his reindeer from Benelli Drive north of Bardstown. If you recognize the person in these pictures, you're asked to contact the Nelson County Dispatch at 502-348-1870. For months, Louisville's River Road and construction, they have gone hand in hand. The Louisville Water Company's lengthy pipeline work isn't expected to wrap up until the summer, and now the city is planning even more new work along River Road. It's looking at a right-sizing project along that busy corridor. Ideas include things like adding in a bike lane, parking slips, and a new turning lane. Metro Department of Transportation Assistant Director Michael King says the goal here is to reduce speed. He wants to make the road more accessible to everyone, including pedestrians and bikers.
One of the things that folks are really excited about is now that will actually be a bike and a ped connection that goes all the way from the top of Thorn Avenue all the way down to River Road, so people can access the Louisville Loop without having to get in their car.
King told us that they're expecting the right-sizing project to start next fall. It will take about 6 months to complete. Well, as temperatures drop, coats are making their way to cold shoulders, and now Metro Louisville leaders are collecting more coats for those in need during the Chase Gavin Coat a Kid drive. Now, the drive honors a former District 25 staff member, Chase Gavin, who helped make the drive a success in 2018 and 2019. People donated more than 1,000 coats in 2024, and city leaders are hoping for another kind of record year. Councilman Khalil Bachchan says that he is seeing more middle and high schoolers who don't have a coat this year.
The goal here is to love down on these folks and these kids so that they understand that's not the way to live, and we live to just grow with compassion and love each other.
You can still make donations of coats until next Monday, December 1st, at a bunch of different drop-off sites throughout the city. Those include places like Mark's Feed Stores, Boomba's Pizza, and Southeast Christian Church's Southwest Campus.